Cheeky.
What up? What up?
What's up, bro?
Hey,
What up?
Are we on
Cheeky looking like.
multi-screen?
Let me check. We are on.
We are. Oh, we look
Yeah.
good too.
Why don't you check and then cut the check and then because he's sitting on the beach drinking,
So,
out
right,
of coconut and a straw.
I'm gonna pull up the Google Maps so we can find out where Cheeky
Oh, like
is
we
right
did
now.
with you?
Yeah, like y'all did with me.
Yeah.
Trying to blow up my spot.
Drop a pin on it, Cheeky.
I am.
Yeah, Cheeky is tropical right now.
At
No,
least he
I
didn't.
wish
At least he
tropical.
didn't stream laid back in the lawn chair. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
shirt on,
actually-
like
yeah.
I did.
Right.
I'm in.
Barbados.
I'm like outside of Rochester. I'm on Lake Ontario right now. So Lake
Wow.
Life, Lake House.
Shout out upstate New York.
Yeah, man, it's so nice out
Yes,
here.
yes.
And
What's
the
up,
lake
fellas?
was beautiful today.
What's up? What's up?
Good.
How y'all
What's
doing
up, man?
tonight, yo?
Good.
He looks like he's ready for work. He got those
I'm
glasses
hydrated.
on.
I'm hydrated.
Oh, drinking coconut water and Gatorade and all types of alkaline water. And look at that.
As I get ready to sip my soda on cam for y'all, all that healthy stuff.
Tea and more tea.
So this is 3 Beats Later, your favorite beat making podcast, and we're in the house tonight. 5 producers get together every week, and we do a beat challenge. And we come back the next week and we play our challenges for y'all, and then we talk about the process, the ins and the outs, from soup to nuts, as they say. We explain the entire beat making process. I was waiting for the weird look from E. That is a phrase though. Yes, we explain the entire beat making process and just like to play our creative presentations for y'all. So everyone, how y'all doing tonight, guys?
Good. And yourself?
Yeah,
I'm feeling increditastic. All right.
increditastic. I like that one. I
Creditastic.
like that.
That's going to be a sample flip for one of the shows. He sent out that memo earlier saying, hey, you guys need to timestamp the video, the parts that you want. Right there. That's the first timestamp for this show. Let's flip that.
Facts. So guys, how's your week?
It's been a good week so far. You know, it's Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This challenge was dope. Big shout out to RJ for the stems,
Let's
if
talk
I can
about the
call him that.
challenge.
Yeah, I enjoyed
What's this
myself.
RJ you refer to? Who's that?
RJ.
Roving
Who is
Jewel.
this RJ?
Roving Jewels. Yes, so
Yes.
Roving Jewels gave us some stems this week to work with that we all sampled and flipped into some beats. So shout out Roving Jewels. Q, you want to talk about what Roving Jewels got going on?
Man, my brother RJ has got a lot going on. He just recently came off of completing that project, the 30th expansion. He should be jumping on here probably in just a second. And of course, my ill-mannered preparedness is in full effect. I literally just had his album in my hand. I'm gonna pull it up here in a second so you guys can see that. We did a giveaway for the album not too long ago. Album is amazing, featuring everybody from Planet Asia, Prodigal Son, Killer Priest, Zion I, all types of top-notch, authentic hip-hop, you know what I mean, right down our alley. And yeah, man, we've been rocking with him for a while over at Rap Critics Blog, so he's definitely been tuning in with the show here on 3 Beats Later. So he sent us some stems, man. You know, we got some samples to chop up here tonight. You know what I mean?
Dope.
Yes, sir.
Dope.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, I know Cheeky has some business stuff to talk about because we got some big things going on
Yes.
right now.
Wow.
Yes, I do. Apologies. I mentioned I'm at a lake house right now.
Flex.
And it was chill all day. There's nothing going on. The water was just, perfect. And within the last 30 seconds, this crazy storm is coming through. So I had to relocate. If my internet goes out, you know why. And I will
Just tell my wife I love her, and
Yo, it was crazy. All of a sudden, I don't know if you heard it, but on the stream you might have heard just white noise. It just started coming up out of nowhere. Anyway, so all right, so we got a beat contest that we just kicked off.
We do?
Yes, sir.
What?
We've been tweeting a lot
Beats
about
me.
it. Let's go to our Twitter profile. So I'm on. Actually, let's go to the website. So a couple of things. We dropped a loop kit. So I just want to give everybody an update on what's going on. We hit our 1 year. So 1 year straight of just streaming, flipping samples, and showing our creative process, making original music. And
Yes.
as a celebration for that, we created a loop kit. We've been talking about creating a loop kit forever. So a lot of really cool sounds, drums, bass, keys, organ, strings. I laced it up with at least 7 guitar loops on there, and we dropped that loop kit. But in order to kind of celebrate the 1 year and the loop kit, we created a beat contest. The beat contest is open to anybody who wants to enter. All you have to do is download the loop kit, and then you can create a beat, submit that beat via MP3, and then you will be entered in to possibly win one of the prizes. The first place prize is $150, and there's a bunch of swag. We have 3BL book bag, a 3BL hat. You get to get interviewed by the whole crew as part of our very dope producers interview series, and then second place prize, we're just picking that completely at random. So we're gonna spin a wheel. So you have a chance to win $100 just by submitting a beat. That's all you have to do in order to qualify to get possibly a $100. And then the third place is going to be our shout out to another one of the producers that we thought was pretty dope. So we've already been getting a lot of downloads of the loop kit. I'm going to show you how you could do that right now. So if you want the loop kit, all you have to do is go to 3 beatslater.com. You'll hit our website, and that's right up here, 3beatslater.com. You hit our website, and then if you scroll down a little bit, it'll show you the last show that we had. So here's a link to the last show. That was our 1 year anniversary show. And then underneath that, it says, here it is, the Beast Mode Beta Loop Kit. You just click download, and it'll bring you to a thank you page after you enter your email address. You just basically click that link, and that will allow you to download the zip file. The zip file is all the stems. There's 29 stems. And just go ahead, start chopping it up, and make a beat. And then you'll be in the contest. So you have up until Saturday night, which is the 17th, July 17th at midnight is when we want all the submissions in, because on Sunday we're gonna listen to all the music, and then on Monday, on that show on the 19th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, we're going to announce all the winners, and we're gonna spin the wheel for the second place giveaway, and then it's gonna be a lot of fun. We wanna showcase all the beats that came in, so we're gonna play a bunch of the beats, and we're gonna talk about it, and that's it. So that's the beat contest. Hit us up, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. All the information is on our website. We keep tweeting up about it. So we're promoting it a lot this week, and we're gonna be promoting it a lot coming up. So
A quick question for you, Cheeky. Is this loop kit that we created royalty free?
the loop kit, if you are using the loop kit and you create a track with somebody, just send us an email. That's all really we want to do. If you make a major placement or something like that with one of the beats that you create using some of these sounds, just let us know, especially the guitar stuff, the keys and all that stuff. We want to
Take your money.
Take your money, get royalties, get credit. That's all we're looking for. These are producers just trying to get credit. So hit us up. Our email address is the number 3BL@3beatslater.com. And we are going to be releasing a full length version of the loop kit, which will not be free. And we'll have that on our website for sale. So you get free access to these 3 tracks, and then coming soon, we're gonna have a full paid for version of the loop kit. So that's the business announcement. I'm gonna pass it back, and it looks like RJ is ready to jump on, so I'm gonna bring him on.
Yeah, before we jump into RJ real quick, big shout out to everybody who has already downloaded and already submitted beats. We had a lot of people submit beats. We had a couple people ask could they use their beats and sell their beats and kind of collab with us. So big shout out to that. I know the thing is the same night sent his joint in. So
Yes.
big shout out to the fingers,
Shout out to
man.
the fingers. Yes.
He's a master of the beat contest. We should
He
have
was
never
like, "Yo,
opened it up
listen,
to him.
we announced it, and
that's
at
a good look, though.
at like 11:05, he was like, "All right, my beat is
Like, you know, how you finish a beat before we even
Right.
drop
Before
it?
any, I don't think I even heard the stems yet, and he had
right.
You know what I mean?
Beautiful stuff. Man.
Shout out Comedic Beauty on the chat.
Peace.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and you know what? Congrats to us, guys. We just hit 101 YouTube subscribers.
Yo, a year
Yes.
later, right?
Shout out to the fans. Yes.
There we go. Let's keep adding them. All right, here comes RJ. So I'm admitting him in. Let me stop
Yes.
sharing the screen.
Make sure you guys click like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the live. If you're watching this later, leave a comment. Let us know that you're here.
Yes.
I don't have to pay my fine this month.
RJ, can you hear us?
Guys? Can you hear me?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up, bro?
Peace.
Much. This is like my second time on Zoom, so I was wondering if I was logging on correctly.
Oh, okay.
Welcome.
Yeah, man. We hear you loud and clear, man. Glad to finally
Good
get
to
you
go.
here on the show.
Yes,
You know what I
sir.
mean?
Sure. Glad to be here.
Was telling everybody and all the viewers here earlier that, of course, you are the man behind this amazing project right here,
Yes.
the 38th expansion.
Super dope.
Sure.
So before we get into what we have tonight, why don't you give our viewers and everybody a little background on the album and what you got going on right now?
See the album's got a list of heavy hitters on it. It's got Tech of Smith and Wesson. It's got Prodigal Son and Killer Priest, Sons of Man, Ninth Prince, and Kinetic or Beretta 9 from Killer Army. Substantial, COM Verse, Zion I, the Shaw Brothers, Planet Asia, Casual, a special appearance from my wife, Mother's Milk, and Andrew Lozano, who also mixed and mastered the album. And right now, Prodigal Son and I just dropped a video for the track, The Theme, off of the album. Just dropped yesterday, the 4th. So yeah, that's that kind of brings me up to date. That's what's going on right now.
That new video is intense. We have two videos off, like you said, the one with Night Prince, Magnetic Equator.
Yes, sir.
But the new one, The Theme, featuring Prodigal Son, that is a beautiful looking video. I don't know if we have it up. If we can, maybe I should share my screen here. We might come back to that in a little bit, let the people see a little clip of that. Who directed that video?
That would be a guy named Louis Rock. Video came out great, phenomenal
Amazing.
video. He did a great job.
There it is.
Yeah,
Filmed out in the
time of
desert,
your life, man.
Las Vegas somewhere.
Where you can stand.
Yeah, very, very colorful with they caught a nice spot right there with the graffiti all in the
It
in the back walls and all of that, you know. So yeah, I want you to tell people a little bit about your production process. I don't know if you can hold the camera up a little bit so they can see where you work in the magic at that we're about to start chopping up here in a second.
Kind of like my work area right now. Kind of all
Nice.
jam packed in here.
Nice.
MPC 2500,
Ah.
microcord.
Oh yeah, I forgot you said you're all analog, right?
Yeah, I mean, I do like little stuff like at the end in the DAW, but yeah, like all the initial workings is all I'll record like usually straight into the MPC, sometimes in the DAW, and then I'll sample in the MPC and chop it up and whatnot. But yeah, for the most part, I'm analog. I'm old school.
Nice.
Head,
That's
I
what's
guess.
up. That's
What
what's
Last,
up.
last of the Mohicans, man.
Hey, I'm telling you, that's where it's at.
What's the DAW that you're using?
Logic.
Oh, Cheeky, we got another one
This
for
guy
you.
right here.
Yo, can I just resign today? Yo.
Yeah.
We got
So-
another one for you, Cheeky.
Yes. Anytime there's a guest on that uses Logic, I just have to celebrate because I'm the only Logic guy on this crew right now.
Really?
So,
Well,
yeah.
Hopefully you won't be able to pretty soon. If if that email comes back how we want it, you'll have no choice but to switch over.
Uh-oh, what's going on?
They're fishing for some sponsors, and they're trying to.
Oh
reach out.
yes. I need help putting that response back too, fellas.
Yes.
What do y'all use? Y'all use Ableton?
Yeah, I'm using Ableton.
Shout out to Ableton. We love you guys. We love you guys, Ableton. Shout out to you guys.
That seems to be the main two these days, right? Logic and Ableton. Nobody's really messing with like Pro Tools that much anymore.
I use Pro Tools too, but I use it more for like, finalizing and stuff now because it's too detailed to really get into beat making before you being too deep. So it's easy to work with Ableton and just it's a nice smooth running, smooth transition. And I work with I still work on the MP2000, so it's a smooth transition to work from that to Ableton.
You got the original 2000 or the XL?
Yeah, no, I got the XL.
You still
Graham, can you show your room
on the floppy disk?
Oh, I switched it over to the scan disk.
Okay.
Because the floppies, they start dying out if you don't store them right. You know what I'm saying? You start losing information.
Really?
So I was running into that.
That's crazy.
RJ,
I was going to say, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, when you drop everything into your DAW, is it mainly kind of like finishing touches in the form of like reverb and compression and stuff like that? Or how do you look at it once it gets to the DAW?
Well, with the last album, what I did is I ran it through the SP404 SX, and a lot of the effects I kind of did live through that. And just recorded sound into Logic. So when you hear like some filter sweeps and stuff like that, that was like, live as I recorded in, and some of the delays and the reverb, and then I'll do some of the effects and stuff in the DAW after the fact, and do little dropouts and stuff like that. Because most of the time I'll just record like audio straight through, and then I'll kind of tinker with it after that.
That's dope.
Whenever anybody, go ahead, Q. Sorry.
Well, let me ask this one real quick. RJ, did you sample a lot?
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah. I mean, I know there was this one track I definitely thought we were talking about the sample before, but like in a lot of the tracks, so I know you do play a lot of instruments. You're very multi.
Yeah, I'm kind of doing like with the 38th expansion, most of it was like royalty-free samples. Some of it I played. I'm kind of more and more going to playing my own stuff, but I still like to use samples because I feel like at least if you get one or two in there, it gives it like an extra texture that it wouldn't have otherwise.
Truly.
So I feel like it's almost, at least to my sound, or in general, I feel like it's almost integral to the process to at least have 1 to 2 or 3 samples in there, because something to me, once you like time stretch something or you chop it up, like it gives it a whole different feel and a different texture, and especially like if you throw on some whatever bit crusher or something else, like it just like it it manipulates the sound to where you can almost feel it different, not just hearing it different.
Yeah, man.
So do you
20?
What?
RC20.
That's a plugin that he uses.
That's how you get your vintage sounding stuff.
Jay, if I can ask a question real quick.
Go ahead.
What you got an impressive list of artists that you've been able to collaborate with and make a project. How do you approach collaborating with artists in terms of, do you have anything to do with the song concepts, or you just kind of throw beats at them and see what clicks?
With this project, the first person I connected with was Prodigal, and that's who I started with, and it kind of went, I think, to Ninth Prince and Substantial to there. I kind of had like a core group of people that I wanted, and it actually originally was supposed to be mostly instrumental and maybe like 4 features or something, but once everyone was down to do it and sign on, I kind of just rolled with it. But as far as approaching like each person, I kind of gave them like an idea of the sound that I wanted to conceptually have for the album, and I kind of gave them like a premise, like it's about however you want to take the idea of like expanding, growth, like, you know, working through turmoil or anything in your life and kind of like coming out better. And you know, they ran with it with whatever they wanted to, because I picked the people on there because I like their content, so I didn't want to sway them too much. But whenever I was making the beats, I made most of the beats specifically for each person in a tempo that they requested, or like a tempo range they requested. And I tried to listen to like older songs that they had and try to produce like a good cadence and also a sound that I thought would fit their voices well.
That's
But
awesome.
that was
That's dope. That's dope.
the major process behind the making of it.
Yeah, man.
I have a
Dope,
quick
dope.
question for you, real quick,
Dope.
Rove. So when you're locking in with an artist and they give you a sound, do you find that it's easier for you to make the beat that way when they give you those parameters, or do you feel it's easier to make your tracks when you have complete creative freedom?
I mean, of course, it's always easier when you have complete freedom, because I don't know. A lot of the times, at least whenever I'm working or trying to make something, if I try to lead it in a certain direction, I usually get stuck, or I just can't really build off it. But once I let, you know, all my preconceptions go or whatever, and just kind of follow and let it go, that's when it works out well. Most people weren't really like, I didn't have too many rejections from beats. I would kind of make like a batch of like 3 beats, and if they were like, you know, I'm not really feeling those, I'd make like 3 or 4 more. Some people were like, first one, like, oh, I want this one, boom.
Right.
But
Give me all three. Give me all three.
Some people made me work for it, but you know,
Right.
that's all right. I'm okay with that.
Right.
Dope.
That's dope. That's good to hear, because it's crazy. I actually work the opposite way. Like, if you give me too much freedom, I'll just like add a million damn things in there. Like, you'll have an orchestra playing alongside, drum and bass playing alongside African tribe, and
The soprano
the
comes out.
saxophone, right? So yeah,
I think we've all been there. Sometimes
Yeah,
you gotta
man.
like, you gotta add as much as you can and then like par it down. I think.
right.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I was working on this track for tonight. Anyway.
Yeah.
I did the same thing. I have like 19 tracks that are muted. So
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I got a quick question. I'm gonna try to slip it in. What about sample? Like, you mentioned, like you like to use some samples. Just like on the business side of things, is it easier nowadays to clear samples, or what process do you go through, or do you kind of just use
for
a couple?
everything that I've actually released, I've only used royalty-free samples.
Ah,
Because
wow.
I didn't want to deal with clearing or doing anything after the fact. So yeah, like, I'll mess with like samples of like real stuff at home just for my personal enjoyment, or making stuff, or just like posting stuff up. But as far as releasing stuff, I just go with royalty free, because I want to save myself the headache, and you know, like I want to enjoy the process more than, you know, all the fine business parts.
Yeah.
Right. Have you ever paid to clear a sample?
Nah, the closest I've gotten is like paying for masters on TrackLib, but I never actually did anything with it. It was just for like the contests or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's
Where
what's up, man.
where do you go and find most of your royalty-free samples?
I like a company, I believe they're out of England, and they are called Touch Loops. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but they put out a lot of great samples, and they like, you know, they aren't just raw, like they process them a lot. So and they'll even have some like you know, just like stand-up bass, or just whatever, jazz flute or something. So if you have a specific thing in mind, it's kind of you know, easy to go there and see if they have something like that, and then you can kind of manipulate it to your, you know, whatever you need to do. but yeah, touch loops. I really like them. I always seem to find something really good from them.
Can you tell us about how long it took to create the 38th expansion?
I think beginning to end, I started in maybe April or Mayish, and I released it at the very end of November of last year.
Okay, wow.
That was pretty quick.
Yeah, it was kind of a whirlwind from beginning to end. Just like hustling the whole time, like calling people, emailing people, making beats, going back editing, yada yada, and yeah. And then of course it was my first time pressing vinyl, so that was like a thing in itself of like, and I had it pressed out of country because it's pretty expensive to do that in the U.S.
Wow.
But yeah, working with them and during COVID and getting test presses back and going through all that, it was a whirlwind process from beginning to end.
So you could probably run a little beginners one-on-one course on how to put a project like this together. Now that you're at the other end of it, you know what I mean? How to reach out to artists that you like, find a sound and a niche per se, and pick your top 5 or top 3 artists, how have you, and see how far the project goes. You know.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I learned in that whole process was you can't be afraid or scared to reach out to people, because I think like I'm sure you guys have honed your craft for many years, and there's a lot of like people like me out there who are just like in their bedroom or home studio or wherever that's probably got just as dope beats as anyone,
right,
on the music production scene. And like people out there probably looking for that new sound or that new guy. So that was the biggest thing I learned in that project, was just go ahead and reach out. And for the most part, almost everyone was at least willing to talk to me. So as long as you can like talk,
start a conversation.
Like, get in some music, get in something that they might dig, it might work out. So that's what I did. Is I started doing the proverbial fishing line, like, all right, like, would you be down? Would you be down? Would you be down? And, and that's kind of how it worked out. Like a lot of people were down in the end to do it. So
that's dope, man.
That's what's up.
So we got a lot of tracks for you, man.
Yeah, man. I was gonna say we could talk to you all day, but before we get to the tracks, I got one more question. Right. Can you show us that white thing back there, that instrument with the little antenna looking thing right there? They need to see that. They don't even know what this is right here. They need to see this.
So this is you guys know what a theremin is?
Yeah. Yes. There.
No.
Anybody fans of Hannibal Buress?
Yeah.
He uses that on his podcast all the time.
Does he?
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So this is like a newer released one. This is called like the Theramini or the Theramini or something like that. And it's like a super advanced theremin. And I just got it last week sometime. But it's crazy. Like it's got 32 different presets. You can control like pitch correction, scale, root note, how many octaves you're working with. Like it's an extremely advanced little tool, and I've had fun messing with it so far. However, it's got quite a learning curve to it, so I'm gonna be experimenting with it for a little while longer, but hopefully integrating that into the sound as well.
Hopefully sooner or later we can get some stems with the Theramini.
Yeah, I'll work on that. It's a crazy little device. It's fun to mess with.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
So this is great. And hey, we have to thank you for sending those stems. I mean,
absolutely.
Yes.
The track was like completed in my eyes. I was like, all right, I don't know what to do with this.
Right.
It's kind of what I was talking about before. Like, sometimes you just like stack a bunch of tracks and then you got to pare it down. So that's kind of what I've been doing lately. Is I'll just do like whatever, like a 8-bar or 16-bar thing, and I'll stack as many tracks as I feel like will fit in there without overcrowding it, and then I'll arrange it out after that. So that's what you guys got, was just all the tracks. It hasn't been, that song hasn't been arranged yet.
That's dope. That's dope. I like the
Well,
sound.
we definitely
Super clear.
rearranged it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm excited to see. I'm gonna tell you, like, the reggae, man, since it's a reggae inspired Caribbean vibe, you know.
That's
when
right
the
up
DJ come on.
That's right up Chicky Alley right there, man.
Yeah, man.
We already know what he did with this.
Yeah, man.
No?
Nah.
All right, so let's hit the wheel, man. Let's see who's gonna go first. I'm excited.
All right.
The suspense is killing me.
We got to give a shout out to our sponsor,
Fubo
TV.
For us by others.
For us by others TV. Watch live TV and sports. Their ad does not even generate. Okay, so what we do every week is we spin this wheel. This is going to show us who's going first. We're going to do one dummy spin just for P's sake, because he loves the dummy spin. So this person is not going to go. Woo!
About to warm the wheel up.
The wheel has been warmed. Here we go. This person is going to go, though.
Yeah.
No!
Wow.
Just in case you thought I made a mistake.
The wheel has spoken.
The wheel has spoken.
Oh, man. Okay, so...
All right. This is the part where everybody mutes up. So, RJ, I don't know if you see a mute button over there. Mute the mic.
All right, so I definitely have some disclaimers to give. First off, I'm on vacation. I'm at a lake house, and I did not have time. Look at E.
Flex.
But I did have time today. Good thing is I brought my Focusrite with me.
Can somebody show a picture that this guy was flexing on us? He sent a picture on some Eric Clapton level, just cooling out with the guitar, man.
On the beach.
Can we show that later?
Yeah, I'll show that.
Toes in the sand.
The lake house is right by Lake Ontario. This is in New York State, and I pulled out my laptop on the beach like about 4 hours ago, and I was like, man, I gotta make a track. So if I wasn't on vacation, I probably would have had more time, because when you're on vacation, you think you have time, but in fact, you are just eating for 24 straight hours. So, all right. So I'm gonna play my track, and then what we'll do is I'll break down what I did. So here we go. This is Cheeky CP, episode 49, Roving Jewel, stems flipped. Here we go. All right, so that's the track. I was focusing on two things for this week. The first off, RJ, your track is sick. So I'm just going to break down what I did. So the first thing I focused on was I've really been focusing on taking 8-bar loops and trying to dissect them to make them more than just like an 8-bar loop. So RJ kind of had this like C minor thing go into an F minor thing. And what I wanted to do was shove a bunch of chords in there to make it sound kind of interesting. And then add like another 4-bar phrase at the end. So I turned it from an 8-bar phrase going back and forth from C minor to F minor to a whole 12-bar phrase. And really kind of like the main thing that I built this whole track from was what you hear in the beginning. I'm just going to solo this guitar part right here. So these are the chords. I'm gonna go and show the new chord changes, right? So stayed on the C minor, and then I moved using some kind of different jazz chords up to F minor, right? So a little bit of like voice leading. Kept it really simple. Luckily, I had my guitar with me. More voice leading. Now we're in a different kind of change here, right? This was not given by RJ, so just like expanding upon it, right? So it's like a full cohesive idea. And that horn line, first off, I need to know, we'll talk about this when we jump off the mute, but that horn line is just nasty. So I let that kind of go from there. But I kept hearing RJ's little guitar line where he's like, wow, wow. And I thought I'd make like kind of a spooky, vocal line. And that's kind of what you hear. Doo-wop, shadooby, shaboogie, boogie, damn, or some shit. I don't even know.
Doo-wop, shaboogie, boogie, bam.
The Chiquettes.
Shoo-bop, I'll give you all I can. Just leave it all.
So I wanted to write a hook.
Leave it all on the
This is my
dance
hook.
floor. Leave it all. Leave it all right at your door.
So you would get someone who could sing.
What that kind of reminds me of with the guitar and your vocals is who is the guy? I can't think of his name right now. He released some records on Stone's Throw. It's kind of like
Mayor Hawthorne.
Yeah. That kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah, so that was the other thing I wanted to do was just make a hook over those new chord changes and keep the bulk of your track, and then bring in the horns at the very end because that kind of like accents the rhythm that I. So that's the track. I'll open up to everybody. Questions?
My question is, was that pina colada in your Belvedere as you was doing this track?
Yeah, that's definitely the vacation vibe right there, bro. You hit it. You nailed it right there. I like how you expanded it. And man, manage to record vocals even on the beach. That's crazy.
How they say you understood the assignment, bro.
Listen, man. First of all, I just want to tell you that this was dope. Like, I was really vibing, but I was vibing in multiple different like genres, different ways. Like each time I looped around, I was vibing in a different way. So I felt your island in there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, your Caribbean flavor. I heard that in there. You can't get away from that. And then I heard just like this dope jazz vibe, and then I heard this real cool mellow R&B chill kind of thing. I'm like, yo, he got a lot going on in this track. So I like it, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah. But I couldn't do it without these stems. I mean, the track is kind of written, but I just had some fun with it. So
Nah, but you really open it up with that melody. But can you go back to that where you break down that guitar, how you take it from a 4 to like a 12-bar? Like,
yeah, man.
that,
yeah.
Just play a little piece of that. That's
Yeah.
I was gonna say like that's the guitar from like I don't know if you loop it from like just 21 to 25. I think that's like the 4 bars or something. That's like a whole like lo-fi track in and of itself.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Like you could build a whole track just off of that right there.
Coconut, mango, alcohol.
reminds me of this. Was it Action Bronson has a track with the guitar start off like that, like.
I am telling you, like you go on any like I don't know, like lo-fi playlist, like you'll hear someone throw that into like the SP, throw on the vinyl sim, throw some like bass under it, and like a I don't know, a crunchy drum track. They'll have it on there like all day.
You know what? You know what I'm hearing, real quick, Cheeky?
What's that?
If SpongeBob grew up.
Yo, if I had
and made a movie,
yo,
this would be the adult SpongeBob movie theme song.
See, I messed up. I should have got a slide. He just
used
the bottle, you know. But one of the cool things I've been messing with was playing a lot of like adding in chords that are not in the key. So 3 times throughout this progression, I'm using like a dominant chord to like go to the next chord change or whatever. And just like, that's totally jazz. Like I'm trying to inflect more jazz progressions into what I do. So this was kind of like a chance to do that. But all right. Cheeky out. Bro. Cheeky out.
Good job, guy. Good job. Vacation.
Appreciate it. All right. Who's next? Let's go spin the wheel. Let's find out.
No dummy spins.
No dummy spins. All right. This is happening. And we also want to give a shout out to
Nora Cora.
Man, later for all that. This wheel spin is sponsored by QRock 639. We got all your Funko needs here. Yeah. Hit us up, QRock639.com. It's legit, the real deal. And shout out to Nora Cora, whoever that is too.
You can save up to 52% at either website.
Make sure you take your name out.
Oh shit, I forgot. Don't land on me. All right, Pete.
It's technically not a valid spin considering the fact that you're still on it. But
somebody wants to recount the vote.
I'll take it.
Good, because we weren't respinning.
You guys. All right.
Yep.
You know what? If you can mute your engines if you want. I'm not going to force you to. But wait, is this the right? Yes, this is the right one. Hold on 1 second.
This is what happened. He said I closed down Ableton. He's like, I got my beat ready. Ableton is closed, and now here we are.
Okay, here we go. Sorry. Ready? All right, gentlemen, please mute your engines, please. And here we go. Okay, so that's the beat. Um, I didn't try to do too much with this one. I wanted to kind of take the essence of what Roving Jewel gave us, which was kind of a dubstep beat, and kind of take it in the Afrobeat direction, but not go completely in it. Um, so I just start off with the horns, which is just pretty simple how I chopped it up, as you can see. Right here, I used a simpler with an Ableton. I didn't really go crazy. And then I also chopped up the organ that he gave us in a very similar fashion. I kept everything pretty much at the same um, octave or whatever that he sent us. The thing that I kind of messed around with a little bit was the bass. Kind of chopped up the bass a little bit just to give it a little bit of a different vibe. And I used the bass amp within Ableton as well as a glue compressor. What else did I do? All the drum samples, all the drum sounds were from his kit that he, or the stems that he gave us. So I put together kind of a, pretty straightforward Afrobeat like beat. And then I chopped up my little kid samples that you guys know I like to use. Just for a little bit added effect. And that's about it. Oh, threw the Jay-Z sample in there. Shout out Hov for coming through and blessing the track. And that's it.
I thought she was going to take it there. I was waiting for the remix. Like,
I actually, you know what? I was gonna do that, but then I knew that I was gonna get us kicked off of YouTube, so I didn't do it. So the originally I had the whole verses already sequenced with Jay-Z's verse and Kanye's verse, but yeah, I didn't want to do it. So yeah, that's it, guys.
That was dope. Definitely,
yeah, man.
That could, you kind of transformed it from like dub reggae to almost like kind of like a traditional dance hall feel to it. Like I can see like Sizzler or Capleton or someone over there.
Yeah, I was trying to do that. Like, the sounds were so authentically dubby that I was like, I had to stay in that, West Indian Caribbean vibe. So yeah.
Man, if somebody like dare I say Damon Marley,
oh boy,
were to just jump on that for like 16 bars, just whatever, it'd be a wrap, dude. It's right there. It's right there. Like you said, Sizzler, Capleton, any of these type of names. Fire beat.
Appreciate that, yo.
P, I was waiting for you to rhyme on it.
Did you? I thought that was. I was waiting on. I really was waiting on the verse.
I heard a voice. I'm like, that's P about to come on.
Yeah, right.
Honestly, this week I didn't even have the time with the holiday and everything.
Yeah,
I was
we understand.
Lucky to turn in the beat this week.
Yeah, we understand, P.
This is nice, man. I almost went that vein too. I was like, oh, I'm about to take this to dance hall or something, but.
Good thing we got Jay-Z to come through the house. You know what I'm saying? He came all the way to Jersey. You know what I'm saying? He must have been hanging out with the nuts that day.
Y'all silly. Thanks. Shout out. I like it. Thanks, RJ. Thanks for letting me mess with these stems, man.
It's cool to see like the transformation, because like these are the first like dub reggae tracks that I've ever made. I've always been reggae and dub reggae and like roots dance hall fan, but I've never really delved into that genre. I just started because a friend asked me to produce a song for a video for their company. and they have very like Rasta and hippie aesthetic. So I was like, man, like I really like dub reggae. So I was like, I know it'll go good with that. So I was gonna do a hip hop dub reggae mashup, and so I went online and I started watching like organ techniques, guitar techniques, bass techniques, like all specific to reggae, so I could make it sound like as authentic as I could. But it never ended up being a mashup. Like pretty much like the most hip hop it got was kind of like the drums I ended up using, and all the rest of it was traditional. But it's fun. It's probably the most fun I've had like making music recently is doing that. It's like a new venture kind of.
Yeah.
Might have found
Nice.
a new lane for yourself.
Yeah, man. And where did those horns come from?
That was a royalty-free sample pack of just like reggae horns or something like
man.
that.
Whew, horns is
And
crazy.
again, that was England. England always puts out good royalty-free samples
Yeah.
for some reason. And I think the reggae and dub reggae scene in England is really big. So there was a company that was putting out like genre and instrument specifics, and horns is not something that I feel like I can play on the synthesizer or you know any keyboard and it sound real. You need like a real horn
player,
recorded.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I've been messing with some of the studio horns in Logic, and you could use like articulations, and it is sometimes passable if you like highly process it. Sometimes it's not, but it's something to look into. If you just go to like studio trumpets and then use the articulation set, it'll allow you to do like staccato, and the staccato stuff sounds really, really good. But just a side note.
I went a step further and I recently acquired a soprano sax. Did I get soprano saxophone? So that's also been another thing I've been learning.
He just Kanye you. He said, "Cheeky, I'm gonna let you finish."
Yeah,
but I got a soprano saxophone. This is the best soprano saxophone of all time.
But I'm piggybacking off of what he was saying because I feel like it's passable, especially if you have like one real and like one synthesized and you blend them together.
Yeah,
I want to hear that.
So I don't. That's one of my problems is I always take on too much stuff, so I gotta like learn how to make my
compartmentalize
time, like, work for me and like compartabilize and like
and delegate. You can delegate some of these responsibilities. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for.
Like I gotta get really good with time management for all these new things that I'm taking on, but you know it's all a working and learning process, and maybe one day like I'll find the main thing I want to stick with outside of you know production. But I don't know, like each thing is different. It's like a new, you're turning over a new page in like a book or something.
Yeah,
man. So the next 3 beats later, we waiting for that.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear that mashup.
The sax and the theremin.
Sorry, it was a tenor sax. That's what I got. It was a tenor sax because I wanted the lower range. If you want to check it out, I remade a Smith & Wesson beat for Bucktown. It's on my Instagram somewhere.
Okay.
And I played the horn riff they had in there, but I just played it at a normal octave. I didn't like pitch it up like the beat miners did. But yeah.
That's dope, man.
New foray.
Home of the original gun clappers.
Yeah,
that was one of my favorite songs.
Ooh. That in 93 too.
Yes.
Them drinks. Ooh.
Education. Yo, I gotta apologize. In some of the old videos, they calling you edutainment. I keep wanting to call you edutainment, like KRS-One's.
It's cool, man. Listen,
you know.
Call me whatever, as long as the check is correct.
That's right. As
long as the
check got the check.
Correct.
Edutainment in the building.
Some of my plaques, they still say Kane, right?
yeah, exactly. With a guy with a name like Q, I can't really talk smack. So let's get it, E.
All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and play. I'm gonna isolate what I sampled first, just to give you guys no, I'm not. I'm gonna see if you guys can pick it out. So here we go. Hear that? Good.
Go round and round, round and round, round and round. Go round and round, round and round, round. Stop running from your dreams because you're going round and round, yeah, round and round, round. It ain't always what it seems because you're going round and round, yeah, round and round, round. Stop running from your dreams because you're going round and round, yeah, round and round, yeah, round. It ain't always what it seems because you're going round and round, yeah, round and round, yeah, round and round. Stop running from your dreams because you're going round and round, yeah, round and round, round. It ain't always what it seems because you're going round and round, yeah, round and round, round. Stop running from your dreams because you're going round and round, yeah, round and round, yeah, round. It ain't always what it seems because you're going round and round, yeah, round and round, yeah, round and round. Stop running from your dreams because you're going round and round, yeah, round and round, round. It ain't always what it seems because you're going round and round, yeah, round and round, round. Stop running from your dreams because you're going round and round, yeah, round and round, yeah, round. It ain't always what it seems because you're going round and round, yeah, round and round, round. Stop running from your dreams because you're going round and round, yeah, round and round, round. It ain't always what it seems because you're going round and round, yeah, round and round, round. Stop running from your dreams because you're going round and round, yeah, round and round, yeah, round. It ain't always what it seems because you're going round and round, yeah, round and round, yeah, round and round.
So I know when I heard those horns, I knew two producers in this camp was going to use them horns. I knew one was going to use them guitars, and I said, I am not going to do what they do, like the Roots. So I said, let me make myself different tonight. I said, all right, let me listen to some stuff. So I said, let me find out how I can make these things work in my favor, right? So I listened to the sounds that were being used, and I'm like, all right, let's see what we got here. So these are the samples that I use. These are the 3 tracks that I sample. So I use the bass, the bongos, and the cajon. So I'm gonna show you how I use each one because each one is chopped up very uniquely. So I used the beginning part of this bass and created this little. So I used that. I threw it on Simpler, and I threw it in Simpler as a sampling plugin inside of Ableton. And I threw it in there, and I was like, yo, I want to make my bass line from his bass line, but I want to use the bass line to create a new bass line. So I did that. And then right here is where it got kind of fun. So I'm like, this is the bongo, but instead of using the actual bongo, I reversed the bongos that you have. And then I used the white noise right before the reverse to make this sound right here. And I just played them on my board, like making actual sounds with them. And then I had so much fun doing that with those. I'm like, well, let me do that with the next one. So I went over here and I'm like, you know what, let's enhance this tippity tap tap thing I got going on. So it was, So that's the basis of the track. That's the basis of the track. And that's what I sampled from your track. I had everything lined up in here and I sampled everything individually. And then I, like you said, filtered down what I was going to actually use. And I was like, I had the horns in there. I'm like, nope, they're going to use the horns. I know Cheeky's going to use these Caribbean vibe horns. I know that's going to happen. I figured Grim was going to use the guitar. And I'm like, yo, all right, so I don't even want to use these sounds. So I used the percussive sounds and the bass sounds. So, and then I just threw the vocals on there and you know, kind of just went where it took me to. And yeah, that's the track right there, guys.
Another hook tonight. Another E hook that's gonna be in my head for the next 2 weeks.
You simplifying this right there though. Go flip to the other screen. Flip to the yeah. Start at like 9.
How bad? I didn't even play that. Start at 9.
Yeah.
From your dreams because you're going round and round.
We're getting
Oh, those are all played in. I played all those in.
Oh shit.
So everything else, the 3 tracks that I sampled are the first 3 tracks that built the actual song. And then everything else I played around that to complement those sounds. But I started out with just this. And I didn't want a typical drum. So I grabbed the cinematic drums from Spitfire Audio Labs. They had a drum line kit. So basically I just grabbed these right here. This is where the whole basis, this is what I started with.
You know why your track is scary? Your track is scary because this is the reality of every artist. He just took your bass line and you would never know that.
Seriously.
In a million years.
Yeah.
No, that's pure transformation because like you could never really tell. And I understand when people talk about like, you know, like I understand the qualm with like, oh, like I don't want my music sampled or you're taking the sample or whatever. But once you literally, like I understand that when people use it, like they're literally just maybe like putting the same thing and just like rhyming over or something. But like when you start manipulating the sample and changing it into something totally different, I feel like that argument is lost.
Right.
Because it's kind of like, you know, like anybody could play like a D major or something.
Mm-hmm.
And you can literally, whatever, like sample that D major that somebody played, you know, whatever, pitch it up like chromatically into whatever you want and copy it. And like, I don't know, you can literally transform it into something new. And this is like a perfect example of that.
Yeah, man. And and RJ, where'd you get the cajon sample from? Is that
I believe that was a sample as well. I think all the percussion on this were sample. The horn and percussion were samples, and then the organ, guitar, and bass and piano was what I played.
Yeah. Wow. Man, E, another good one. Another good one tonight. I wanted to hear another,
throw a verse on it?
Yeah.
No, I was gonna let you. I was leaving
for you.
I was leaving that for you to select that to happen. Now, I didn't want to. You know what? I try, and I'm like, you know what? Honestly, man,
he's becoming a rapper.
No, I'm not.
Blossoming into a rapper / producer.
No, I'm not.
But that's good. You should do more hooks because you know you can provide songs with hooks. You know what I mean?
I really I like the concept of it, and it kind of played into what you were talking about a little while ago, which is why I'm glad I went after you spoke when you were talking about, you know, finding something to do for, you know, after, you know, production and things like that. You know, we all have these passions inside of us. And when this came to me, I just had the round and round part first, because honestly, guys, the hook was really going to be the wheels on the bus goes round and round. All right. But like, there's no BS. Wait, listen, it was going to be a really, really dope song because it was going to be a completely different type of song. But all I did was I recorded the round and round part and I left.
So you have ideas for a verse for this. You do.
This is what happens when you
had a verse on it. But it had nothing to do with chasing your dreams.
Yo, was it
something else?
Chasing the kids around the house.
It was chasing something
else.
That
was the song that was playing in the background.
Was it going to go all through the town?
No, it wasn't. But the verse was a dope flip on a lot of different nursery rhymes, though. It was a real crazy flip, but whatever. But long story short,
man.
You gotta follow your dreams if you want the world.
Gotta follow you. Yes.
Oh,
So
my
that was
God,
really
dude.
how this was gonna go. But I had the round and round part, and I left it alone for a little while because I couldn't think of anything else. And I came back to it, and that's when that other part hit me. Like, yo, you should put this in there. And that's when I added that. And then
I can hear that now. The wheels on the bus go.
that's exactly what it was gonna be like, bro. I promise you. It was hot. Like it was actually hot when I recorded. I'm like, I can't do this
right now.
The only reason why I didn't do it because I didn't know if that song was like copywritten, and I didn't want YouTube to shut me down. So that's the only reason why I didn't do it.
That is so funny.
So yeah, this is the track for the week, guys.
Oh God,
good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Like,
wow, man. All right.
That's exactly how I was chanting it right there.
oh snap! It's just the two of us.
Yo, big shout out to the Kiddles. Whoa.
Hey.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Planned Parenthood. What does it say? Care no matter what.
Yeah. Protect our rights. Donate now.
Protect your neck.
Care no matter what.
I don't think that's what they say. Protect your neck, kid.
Protect your neck, kids.
Oh man.
You're gonna get taken off YouTube for that one.
Protect your neck, kids.
Wow.
All right, I'm gonna mute up.
Yeah, me too. After that, I think I should.
I've already said too much.
Too much.
That's
never too much. Never too much. Never too much.
Here we go. So what I did is I used the guitar. I soloed out part I use? I like the effects on the guitar. It's like super dope how you can, I chopped it up and spread it out. I got a super vibe from it.
Man, forget that. I tried my best not to interrupt you. I tried my best not to interrupt you. You don't get to break this beat down. You don't get to break this beat down. No, go home. Go home, bro. This the dude that comes to the court.
You hearing this, RJ?
From the other side of the court and walks off. Like,
Grim is the bully of the room, hands down.
That's a mouse drop moment right there. Mouse drop.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I did with the guitar on that part. I chopped it up. Let me show you how to.
Brutal, boy. It's about to come on the microphone.
I chopped it up in sections because I wanted the ambient effect to stand out, you know what I'm saying, in its own section as I chopped it up. Also used the organ. I reversed that, use it as a nice little weird sound to swing in the background when the horn is on the filter.
Can you solo that? Just the ambient organ?
That's how I got it in the background.
That's subtle.
It's subtle, I put it behind the horns. Behind these horns when they're rocking right here. So I filtered these. Made it sound almost like Christmassy a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, I wasn't thinking Christmas, but still.
Just that vibe from that.
That's nice.
Bass, what is this right here?
And that sub is just
that's
really
the bass line.
That just rock my eardrums right there.
Yeah,
I hear this.
Shout out to Studio, which is official.
What is that on the Richter scale?
Show that plugin.
Yeah, what is Studio?
Studio was like it's like Spitfire, you know what I'm saying? I pay for the yearly subscription and you get a bunch of sounds, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From either different producers or sound designers and stuff like that. And it's dope, you know what I'm saying?
The good thing is I got Apple headphones on. You can hear that, which is like really good.
You know me, I like the bass deep. I always, I'm a heavy bass guy, and chop the horns up.
Yo, that's the beat that Bill Cosby walked out of the jail to.
Oh my God.
Man, y'all just really trying to get this show blocked today, huh?
So Bill Cosby walking out yep. The horns was like, triumphant. So, I was just thinking, I definitely got the heavy reggae vibe from it. So I wanted to be like, what's that? I forgot her name, but it's an old dancehall song. You know what I'm saying? So like, sometime when they start the song, you hear
Sister Nancy.
Like this,
Sister Nancy.
No.
Yeah. Or Wata Bam Bam. That was in my head. That song with, you know what I'm saying, with the horns. So
Sister Nancy.
I took the horns and chopped it up.
So what about the drums, man? That is, again, crispy. Grim has like the crown for the crispiest drums each week.
Shout out. I use some of Illmind, and shout out to Black Kids, and also use some Apollo Brown sounds to get, I got.
And are you
that damn RD220, whatever the hell he be talking
RC20. I put RC20 on the guitar.
I know, I hear it.
Yeah. The way you flipped it too, with that phrase, the horn phrase kind of like comes back on itself with the beat.
Yeah. That's how I try, almost like,
Yikes. Why is that so damn clear, bro?
Yo, play the sub with that. Play the sub with that, bro.
The sub.
Good Lord. And that's not even mixed. That's just coming off of his laptop.
This is what's going to get us taken off of YouTube.
This is 3 beats later right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is another one that needs to be clipped later. Let's talk smack over this beat.
It's taking the old school analog mentality. It's just using the EQ sometime instead of slapping on a bunch of plugins.
That's RJ's bass?
Oh, no. That bass is from studio. That bass is from studio.
Sick. God damn, like how the hell are you getting all that processing out of there?
That bass is from studio and mixed down. I put an EQ on every track. You know how I do. So
yeah.
I try to flood it.
I got a question about Ableton since I've never used it.
Yeah.
So like you had like the filtered horns and the filtered I think the organ, and there was another part that was filtered. Do they call it a low pass filter or a high cut filter in there?
Well, they do, but I don't use that. It's weird because I use Apple product, Mac Mini. So that comes with this EQ right here. Hold on, let me show it to you.
Yeah, they made an EQ just for Grim, man. He got his own EQ I've never seen before.
Like, bro,
Grim, go into the track.
I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find. All right, so this is the EQ that comes with it, right? So this is the EQ I use for every track. Either I can use it like this, or I can switch it to a 10 band. So 31 band, 10 band, and then I would throw. Sometime I throw the DS Sharp on there.
Mm-hmm.
And that brings like the tightness of the drums and stuff like that, the kick. Or I just mix it down with this right here.
This is coming off your Mac Mini. That's Logic EQ. See, Grim's sneaking in the. Grim's sneaking in the. That's
either that's Mac or it's GarageBand, because I think GarageBand and Logic almost like the same.
Logic does have legacy GarageBand stuff in it.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
That's what it is. It's Garage.
Y'all don't get to steal him back after this beat, okay? No, he's able
there ain't no stealing. He's a hybrid user right now.
Yeah, he's hybrid.
Shout out to Ableton. We got much
Cheeky
love
just
for
trying to
Ableton.
bring him over to the. He's
like,
no,
wait a minute. I have that.
Yeah, I saw AU. Yep, Apple.
Yeah, so
whatever,
AU is Logic GarageBand bass in. Ableton is so sweet that they say you are allowed in my house as well.
Shout out to Ableton.
So shout out to Ableton.
You know what? Shout out to Logic too, because hey, Logic fuels.
I think it's more GarageBand than Logic, because I don't have Logic. I only GarageBand come with Apple. You know what I'm saying? Apple products.
Yeah.
So
they built Logic off the backbone of the same stuff.
Yeah.
So all those instruments that come with that are there.
You can go in Logic and literally like you can go into some of the whatever, like the patches and whatnot, and it says like legacy, and you can go in and select all the GarageBand stuff up in it.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna try to upgrade this week. Actually, I got a
super dope, man. So if you got a Mac product, use that EQ. Is old school, but it's very handy.
Yeah,
I was asking that question because on the MPC, like it's always been called the low pass filter. They got the low pass, the mid, and the high, I think. And when I started doing stuff into the DAW, like I couldn't find the low pass filter in it. Like I was like, there's no low pass filter. So finally, it was like Google, like does Logic have low pass filter? Like, oh, it's called high cut. It's like, man.
That's what they call it, high cut. Okay.
Hey, at least she wasn't like T-Pain searching for a year for a plugin. You know?
Yeah, but they do have a low pass and high pass filter here. I just don't use it that much. I use it more for like an intro or something like that because it's so specific. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I try to use the EQ or I'll slap peel or something on it to add a little bit more mid to it. You know, to bring out the mids a little bit more. But that's about it.
Yo, Grim.
That was crazy.
This is sick. This is a sick beat. And yo, if you need 16 bars, I got you. Okay.
Hey, it's here, man. Whenever you guys ready to dust off the mics, man.
Oh, Cheek, you don't want to rap on my beat, Cheek? Is that what this you're saying?
hang on, one second.
Rap on my beat, Cheek?
Stop video. Okay. I just went in hiding.
What the hell?
I can't come back that quick.
I'll rap on anybody's beat. Come on, let's go. It might not be good, but
appreciate the stems. The stems are super dope, super inspiring. So I was like, I have to do something.
That was a dope take on it. I like I'm gonna call it the filtered sections, and definitely like the stutter drums.
Yeah.
The
offbeat.
Really
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Wow. Flames.
That was my take. That was
pure
my
flames
this week.
All right.
Stop it, Q. Stop it, Q.
Come on now.
Stop it, Q.
This guy's the worst person to follow, man. But it is what it is. But RJ, thank you again for providing all the stems to the show. As you can see, a lot of different flavors presented right now, you know. Hold on. That segue would have been smooth if I would have just went right into.
I thought it was gonna happen. I'm like,
I was really trying.
Like,
I was really trying. It was
that
right
was
there.
So nice.
I just had a blonde moment for a second.
What are these buildings in here, man?
Man, this is
cities in Ableton.
This is a sloppy thing right here. I don't even know what this is. Like, but if we didn't get blocked earlier from comments and samples, one. I'm glad I'm last because they'll just censor the last part of the show. But
work.
Let me know what you think. This is like reggae dubplate style.
No.
See? A lot of mistakes in this track. We'll talk about this in a minute.
I was born by the river in a little team. It's been a
all right. See what's going on right here.
Has got to come. It's been I don't know what's up there. Beyond the no change has got to come.
All right, I'm just gonna end that right there because, like I told y'all just got a dose of a Q-Rock experiment from hell. I didn't say that track was finished or anything like that, okay? But there's the suit for today. I'm glad I had to follow up with Grim because ain't no way in hell, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is enjoy the night. I'm glad you guys were here for the show. Don't ask me what the hell that was right there. But this is 3 weeks later, and I'm out.
Hold on a second, man. Wait, first of all, I just want to know what YouTube team contacted you and say, yo, I need you to get them off the air tonight. I need you to get them off the air tonight. I need you to get them the most copyright hits they ever got in one day. He said, oh, you gonna do that, Grim? You gonna come with that?
You gonna do
Grim?
that? All right.
I got you. Ain't nobody gonna ever hear your episode.
He hit the Austin Powers sabotage button.
Episode.
Just the live viewers are gonna see this episode, and that's it.
I mean, look, I even tried to sample myself. That's what I mean, or censor myself. That's what all this herb mess is going on in here. I'm just like, the
that's
idea
like
is,
one of the most popular songs in popular song history.
This is an experiment of free speech on the internet tonight.
free
we shall
speech.
see if we make it past this episode. And this show has been brought to you and sponsored by QX639. I'll pay the fine. I don't care if it's a fine. I would prefer if you just say, hey, you got to pay some loot. Just keep the episode up, man.
Just go get that Sam Cooke sample cleared. You be all right.
See, that's
pay
not
that
Sam Cooke.
$7,000.
Jokes on you. That's not Sam Cooke.
Bro.
That's not Sam Cooke. I'm not even going to say that, but it's not Sam Cooke. Everybody gets that confused. It's a different group, obviously. YouTube will tell you
Daniel
about
Cook.
an hour.
Yeah, I will read exactly who is
we'll
the
know.
publisher as well when I get
Daniel Cook.
Listen, my idea is, you know how reggae songs and covers of other tracks and all of this, and it was like, should I re-sing it or should I just do this? And of course, I had like 2 days, so like, no, and I couldn't re-sing that if I wanted to. But for some reason, I kind of hear it fitting in certain parts, right?
I like it.
It's like, let me just get as sloppy as humanly possible. You know what I mean? Let me just get as sloppy as.
What's the portions in the bottom where it was stopping?
That is this plug or this plug-in. Again, shout out to Ableton, since they won't be able to hear the song. At least they can see that I'm going through it, trying to pick up their products. This is Pitch Drop. I don't even know if you can extend it to see it, but it's basically like the turntable little switch thing or whatever, right? So that's what's giving me a little pauses. You know what I'm saying?
I thought you were gonna do like a David Rodigan thing in the middle there.
I don't even know who that is. So
Oh,
I couldn't
okay.
write his stuff. Who?
Never mind. Keep going.
But yeah, and at first I didn't really have anything until I came across that infamous loop that shall not be named right now.
Yo, I thought YouTube came all the way to Zoom and shut your audio down.
No, that's me.
It's been
The show cannot.
That's me. That's me. I'm like, okay, at the very least, let me try to clip it, like, so it won't get 30 seconds. So let's see if this works. It sounds soupy and all over the place, but that's it.
I liked it. At the end, it was a little.
It's all over the place. It's all over.
But no,
the place.
until the end, I liked it.
Kicked in the door.
Because that is definitely something you'll hear. You'll hear something like that. Like if a DJ was spinning and like layering stuff over a track in the club, like in the actual dance or drink, they would do that. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. Like I think I could go in and turn that into a dub plate for real, based on the stems from RJ. So that's crazy to me. You know what I mean?
What it reminded me of is almost like one like DJ dub mixed with DJ Shadow. If you fleshed it out,
wow,
he like intermixes stuff in all the time.
Yeah.
So if you fleshed it out, had it seamless, that would be what it would be like. DJ dub Shadow. I don't know.
Hey, maybe I can find a vocalist and actually get them to sing it. Really finish it,
Yeah.
There you go.
You still got to pay to clear that song.
Yeah.
You ain't never clearing that song. Listen, you got to sell your house to clear that song.
Ain't no dancing around words, bro.
I mean, I'll give them all the credit as long as they let me live. And let me get
no
the show.
dancing around phrases and words,
be walking
bro.
around
Ain't
Cali
no
like, I
one day money,
need
bro.
a dollar.
That's what I need.
And I was like, I don't even want to. I'm like, I can't even play this.
Yeah.
I'm like, but I can't play it without the samples. I'm like, that's messed up because there's reggae samples all over there. What, you ain't gonna come shut me down for the reggae samples, but for the popular one, you're gonna kill me? Exactly.
Yeah,
So,
I'm
sorry, fellas.
I'm
sorry. This might be my first strike.
Officially switched sides. And he's like, this is my last show with these guys. I'm gonna throw the hammer at these
Hit
guys.
the self-destruct button.
He went Austin Powers on us, bro. He did sabotage
You know what?
buttons, man.
I'm not just gonna put any sample. I'm gonna put the most famous sample. It was hot though. It was hot.
I'm not gonna put any sample. I'm gonna put.
It was hot. I really felt like I was banging on the vents in the basement, at the dance hall basement party.
Right.
Lighters up.
Right. I really hope it. I hope it stays at least a month.
We'll see.
It'll be good. We'll just if it gives us the thing or whatever, we'll just clip that and we'll be good.
Yeah.
But we went overtime. Usually we kind of keep it to about an hour 15. So with that said, RJ, we want to just kick it to you. First, we want to say thank you. I mean, this is
Thank
amazing.
you.
The track is sick, and thanks for just rocking with us for about an hour or so.
Thanks
But
for having me. It was fun.
do you have anything that you want to plug right now? Any projects you're working on? Music that? What is the next project that's coming around the corner?
Projects to plug, still 38th expansion. A new clean single with the theme just released with Prodigal, as well as the video. As far as anything up on there, still got some of each of them. So always love to send out physical copies. I don't know. I feel like tangible goods. It's just like something, I don't know, something different you can keep and covet. I'm a collector type of guy, so I don't know. I appreciate when people come and buy actual physical goods. As far as new music coming up, I just started a project with the one of the pianists for the San Francisco Ballet. She sent me some original piano. I don't want to say loops because they're like 1 to 2 minute tracks. Her name is Sky Tan, and her husband actually did the artwork on the instrumental album up top. But I did a little like flip of a Led Zeppelin track that she played the other day, and she really liked it. And she was like, "Oh, let's do a EP or something." So I think maybe that's like a little thing that I'm going to work on next. It's probably going to be all instrumental, and I'm working on some instrumentals, and maybe like a future project right now. I'm trying to get a direction to go in, but yeah, as far as anything out right now, 38th expansion. That's what I'm plugging all day.
Yeah.
Fine.
Well, thanks a lot, man. And I gotta say the vinyl with the splatter looks ridiculous. So go find Roving Jewel on Bandcamp, rovingjewel.bandcamp.com, and buy this. Add to your vinyl collection, and support Roving Jewel 100%. So thanks a lot, man. I'm also going to extend an invitation. I do long form interviews with very dope producers. The series is called Very Dope Producers. I'd love to have a longer conversation. I want to talk to you specifically about the track. Is it called Infiltration?
Yeah, with Casual.
Yeah. That track specifically spoke to me, and especially what you're doing on drums there. The long form interviews, we kind of just break down tracks and dissect them and stuff like that. So I definitely want to get into like the nitty gritty and learn more from you. So open invitation to have more conversations about your music if you're down with that.
Sure, I'm down. Let me know. Hit me up.
All right.
We'll get it together.
Appreciate that. Awesome. Anybody have any last questions, comments, things to bring up?
Business? I have one.
Okay.
Rove.
What's up?
Word on the street is if I buy this vinyl, you gonna sign it for me.
Yeah, man, I'll sign it. You tell me what you want on there, and I'll do my best handwriting.
Okay. Bet. All right, man. Well, everybody go check out Rove. Check out, the videos, the site, Bandcamp. Check them out, man. Thank you for rocking with us today. Thank you for, extending your musical abilities and sharing with us your UFO in the background and everything, man. I'm loving it, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Highly appreciate it.
All right. Everybody have a great week.
Yes, sir.